So, every time you look at those expensive e-bikes with a $5, $6, or even $8,000 price tag, what do you think? That these bikes will offer something beyond imagination, a ride that feels exceptionally fun or insanely fast? Sometimes those big prices even make you think they could beat any car. But hold up, the reality can be a little different. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about now. Are these pricey e-bikes really worth your cash? Or are you just paying for a shiny brand name? Stay till the end if you're thinking about grabbing one, because now you're going to know something no one ever told. Alright, these $5,000 e-bikes definitely look amazing, but let's be honest, they're not perfect. Let's start with the build quality. At that price, you'd expect top-of-the-line materials like super lightweight carbon fiber or solid aluminum frames, along with high-end hydraulic brakes and durable tires. And yes, big brands like Specialized, Trek, or Rees and Mueller usually deliver on that front. But even then, not all of them get it right. In fact, there are people on Reddit who've shared their experiences with expensive bikes that had wobbly frames or annoying creaky parts. So, it does make you wonder, just because a bike is expensive, does it really mean it's built like a tank? Now let's talk about the battery. This is something a lot of people get excited about. Most of these bikes come with batteries in the 500 to 700 watt-hour range, which means they promise anywhere from 40 to 100 miles on a single charge. Sounds great, right? But here's the thing. Those numbers don't always match real-life usage. If you're riding up steep hills or using the throttle a lot, your range can drop to around 25 to 40 miles. And over time, as the battery starts to wear out after a few years, replacing it isn't cheap. You might be looking at a cost between $800 and $1,200 just for a new battery. Sure, most brands will be around to sell you a replacement, but still, it's a pretty big expense after already spending thousands on the bike itself. Moving on to the motors, yes, they're pretty impressive. Most bikes in this range come with 500 to 750 watt mid-drive motors, usually from well-known names like Bosch or Shimano. They're strong enough to handle steep climbs and heavy loads, and they feel smooth too, thanks to torque sensors that respond based on how hard you're pedaling. But again, it's not all perfect. Some riders have mentioned that these motors can heat up if you're pushing them too hard for too long, like on off-road trails or when hauling cargo. And if something goes wrong after the warranty runs out, getting it repaired can cost you a lot. Now, when it comes to safety, this is where these bikes really shine. You get reliable brakes, grippy tires, and often a safety certification like UL, which gives you peace of mind. Most of them also come with built-in lights and sturdy frames, which help when you're riding at speeds up to 28 miles an hour. Plus, they usually arrive ready to ride or can be set up quickly by a local shop. But just like with any high-performance machine, if you're riding through rough trails or in bad weather, you'll need to stay on top of maintenance. If not, things can wear out faster than expected and lead to trouble down the road. Speaking of maintenance, that's another thing people don't always think about. These bikes use high-end parts like Shimano drivetrains or Fox suspension, which are made to last, but not forever. Chains, brake pads, and other parts still wear out with regular use. And when that happens, a basic tune-up can cost anywhere from $100 to $200. Plus, if the parts are unique to the brand, you don't really have the freedom to shop around, which means you're stuck with their pricing. Some riders even say that keeping a $5,000 e-bike in top shape can cost almost as much as running a cheap car. And finally, let's talk about the overall cost. That $5,000 price tag is usually just the beginning. Once you start adding things like rear racks, upgraded saddles, or GPS trackers, the total can easily climb to $6,000 or more. Shipping is often free, but taxes and setup fees at local shops can add up quickly. So while the bike itself might look like your dream ride, it might end up hitting your wallet harder than you expected. Okay, let's not make it all sound negative, because these e-bikes really do come with some solid perks. One of the biggest advantages is their power. These things are built like beasts, making them perfect for daily commuting, weekend trails, or even long-distance rides. Brands like Gazelle or Stromer are known for delivering reliable performance, especially with batteries that hold up well over time. So, if you're someone who rides regularly or loves exploring, these bikes can definitely keep up with you. Plus, the ride itself is smooth and strong. Thanks to built-in sensors and quality suspension systems, it often feels like you're just gliding along, even on tougher roads. Another big win is the overall build quality. These bikes usually have lightweight yet sturdy frames, powerful brakes, and durable parts that can handle daily wear and tear. And in most cases, you're not just buying a product, you're getting peace of mind too. A lot of riders even compare models like the Specialized Turbo Vado to luxury cars, saying it feels like a premium experience on two wheels. Some models come with smartphone apps that let you adjust the power level, track your rides, or even lock your bike remotely. These small features make a big difference, especially if you're using the bike in the city or carrying stuff around regularly. It just makes everyday use a lot more convenient. Then there's the cost savings and environmental impact. Replacing short car trips with e-bike rides can save you a decent amount of money. No more paying for gas or hunting for parking. People who ride around 10 miles a day often say they save hundreds of dollars a year. And besides saving money, you're also helping the environment by cutting down on emissions, which is a pretty great bonus. Lastly, if you're buying from a well-known brand or a local bike shop, the whole buying process is usually smooth. You get better customer support, easier access to service, and sometimes even in-person setup help. Plus, with so many reviews and user experiences available online, finding the right e-bike that fits your needs has never been easier. So, who's really the right fit for a $5,000 e-bike? Well, if you're someone who rides almost every day, takes long trips, or often goes through hilly or rough terrain, then this kind of e-bike could be a great match for you. It's also a solid choice if you're into mountain biking, touring across different cities, or need to carry extra gear on your rides. And for older riders or anyone who just wants a more comfortable, less tiring ride, the smooth power and ease these bikes offer can be a big plus. In short, if you're looking for something that performs well, lasts a long time, and doesn't need a lot of extra work to keep running, then a premium e-bike like this might be worth the investment. On the flip side, if you only ride occasionally or just stick to short, flat routes, then spending $5,000 might not make much sense. A simpler e-bike in the $1,000 to $2,000 range would likely do the job just fine. Also, if you're on a tighter budget, keep in mind that the long-term costs, like maintenance and battery replacement, can add up. And there's another thing to think about: security. These high-end bikes are valuable and can attract a lot of attention, especially from thieves. So if you don't have a safe place to store or lock it, that could be a real concern. For casual riders, it's something to think twice about before spending that kind of money. So, what's the verdict on those expensive e-bikes? They're a mixed bag. You get awesome power, tough builds, and cool features, perfect for serious riders, daily trips, or going green. But the big price, upkeep, and real-world limits can bite. If you're going for one, stick to names like Specialized, Trek, or Rees and Mueller, and check our earlier reviews. If you've got the cash, a $5,000 e-bike can be a total win. But for light use, something cheaper might do. Thanks for watching. Hope you've now got the idea about all those expensive e-bikes. So pick smart and make sure it fits what you need.